Hey everyone, welcome to my new speed painting video, and this one is for a painting called the Stone Protectress. Now I'm really sorry I completely forgot to record the first part of this painting, which was painting the background and the sky and the sea and all of that. If you want me to do a video about how I painted that, I'm more than happy to do it. I wasn't even streaming on that day, so I can't even get any kind of footage to show you. But I can paint a new one. That I'm more than happy to do that. Just let me know. Now, so I'm jumping straight to painting the statue. And one of the things about painting the background first is that I didn't keep any white or lighter color behind her, and especially I did quite a strong horizon line. I tried to lift some up, but the pink in the purple I was using, which is a mix of pink and blue, the pink was staining the paper and I couldn't lift it up. And so after a couple of layers of watercolor, I'm gonna change medium. I'm gonna move on to gouache, because this is supposed to be a stone statue, and I really didn't want to be able to see through it, to have the statue to be transparent. She needed to have some weight, some presence. And to make it look real, I really needed it to be able to get rid of this line in the middle of the face. So I'm going to switch to gouache in a little bit. And there were a few moments when I started painting the face and the statue in gouache where I was like, why did I do that? But in the end, I'm really happy with the result. So that was good. What did I want to say? Yeah, the sketch came to me very quickly. I was sketching over the weekend. I sketch every day, so I was sketching anyway. And it just felt right. It just felt like something I needed to paint now. So from the moment I started to sketch to the moment I finished the painting, it took me about 3 days. You know, I worked over 3 or 4 days to finish it, working a couple of hours every time. But yeah, the sketch took me 20 minutes, and that's pretty rare. When I spend so little time on a sketch, it's usually something I feel quite strongly about. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. So here you can see me, I've mixed some grey, and you can see me paint the statue with gouache. And it was really scary. At this point I was like, why did I do that? Now you can see me using a filbert to blend the gouache to make it look smooth and even. I do the same thing when I paint with acrylic, so it's pretty much the same method of painting for me. The thing about gouache is that it reactivates, so you can blend forever, but it can also lift forever, so it's a good thing and a bad thing. I really enjoyed painting with gouache, and I've done a previous painting which was called The Lovebird Songs of Love, something like that, something silly like that, which is in my Society 6 and Red Bubble, I'm pretty sure. The whole painting was done in gouache, and I really enjoyed that. And I'm really looking forward to another painting in gouache. I've got one awaiting in the sideline. And yeah, the whole thing came together very quickly, and I didn't have to wonder too much about what I wanted to do. And I'm really happy with the crown thing, because it looked like it's standing up from her head, which is pretty successful for me. No, it all came together pretty quickly. So I think at this point I'm going to start painting the land behind her. It's all going to look strange until I start adding the shadows. More painting on the eyes. Sorry, that's slightly off camera. So now I'm going back to watercolors, and I'm painting the land behind her, and I'm going to use Payne's Grey and I think some French ultramarine as well for the land to give it a blue tint. And I'm also starting on the shading in the water, because the sun is behind her. It's a sunset, but for me it was a sunrise. You see it as you want it. And yeah, so she needed some strong shading in the water. That looked very extreme, this shading, but it looks I'm pretty happy with it at the end. Yeah, I had to make a paper plane for my kid. All the interruptions. And now working some more on the land, starting to do some shading as well on the water. Not too much for the land, just a little bit. Some jewelry that I'd forgotten about. Looking at my transfer paper to make sure I've got everything in the right place. And I knew I was going to do some gold jewelry, but I kind of wanted to have a pale white, almost white background behind where I'm going to put the gold. That's why you see me do all those dots here, is that I'm going to cover all of those with gold. And I find with my gold pens they work a bit better if the behind, underneath, it's light. So at this point there's not so much left to do. There is a little bit of water work to do and some gold to add, and waterfalls from a hand as well. So yeah, we're getting there. And you can see my reference picture here. It's a picture I took a couple of years ago, very early one morning. So now I'm working on the water, adding some purple lines and some yellow lines for the reflection and the waves. It was my first time painting sea like that, and I was really happy with how it looked. So that I was just looking at my reference picture, waiting for things to dry and fixing the fingers and the shading on the face. And I'm starting to work on the water, and I started with watercolor to give a feel of where the water was going to go, but I really needed to move on to gouache for that as well because of the dark background behind it. And it's going to take me a few layers to get it right. But in the end I'm pretty happy with how it looks. So the light has changed a little bit here. It was a very grey day when I was working on that, so it was really difficult to get accurate colours. Fixing the shading on the fingers and the hands. And here I think I'm trying to make some space on my plate to mix more colors. I needed some orange and some purple to bring in the water, because the sky's got some orange and some purple, and I'm starting to do the water that's bumping, I guess, against the stone statue, so it's got a little bit of waves thing, and some highlight and waterfalls, and some highlight on the stone. And I went with yellow because of the light around her. It's early morning light, so it's quite yellow. And I'm doing a glaze of yellow over the white of the wave I did, some shading, and I think after that I'm going to move on to gold. So I'm trying different gold pen, and I'm going with, it's a Uniball Signal Broad in gold. Finishing touches, and that's pretty much it. More shading because I felt that it was not strong enough. And I'm going to sign it, and that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about it. Like if you liked the video, and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me in the future. And I'll see you guys very soon in another video. Bye everyone.